Here is a syllabus for Math 14, Section 5230, Statistical Methods, Spring 2023, which is the 8-week session. Catalog description of the course. This course is an introduction to descriptive and inferential statistics. Students learn how to use measures of central tendency and dispersion among population samples to draw inferences about a population and to compare two or more populations. Discrete and continuous probability density distributions are analyzed, including the binomial, normal, student t, chi-squared, and F distributions. Confidence intervals for population means, proportions, and variance are determined. Additional topics include regression and correlation analysis and techniques of hypothesis testing, including analysis of variance, also known as ANOVA. The course includes application of technology for statistical analysis and the interpretation of the relevance of the statistical findings. Applications use data from disciplines that include business, social sciences, psychology, life science, health science, and education. Now, here you can see the recommended prerequisite, either Math 40 with a grade of C or better, or 2 years of high school algebra, elementary and intermediate algebra with a grade of B or better within the last 3 years, or math placement exam. This is a 4-credit unit class. The time and day and room of the class meeting is online, and the location of the class is online. I am the instructor, F. Anthony Siciliano. My email is the following, fsiciliano@cmccd.edu. My office on campus is in room 212, and there is my telephone number and extension. Now below that, you're going to see the student office hours for this semester. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, I am on campus in my office in room 212 from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, my student office hours will be online using Zoom from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and then from 5:30 to 6:05 p.m. And then right below that is the meeting ID for the Zoom, and this is also located on Canvas. Now, please keep in mind that student office hours are for your benefit to help you succeed in the course. Office hours are for you, the student, not for me, as I am available at those times not only to discuss the course, but any questions you have about math courses at the college, your field of study, your transfer plans, and career paths. The best way to reach me is email, and it must be your student email account. Always include your name and course. All email contact between students and instructors must be conducted using the student and instructor's CMC email accounts. For students, this is accessible via the My CMC portal on the CMC website. Any student email received by faculty from another email account cannot be responded to other than to remind the student to use their school email account. Please also keep in mind that grades cannot be distributed by phone, public posting, public announcement, or by email. Now for the course, what is required? An access code for My Lab with online text. The author is Triola, My Lab Statistics with Pearson eText. Here's the ISBN number, and it's available in the CMC bookstore or found online on the on the My Lab website. The textbook is optional because an electronic version of the textbook is available in My Lab, so you do not have to purchase a textbook unless you choose to do so. Instructor communication, information participation, guidelines, and feedback policy. Students are encouraged to send an email anytime 24/7, call my office, or leave voice messages. If I'm going to be away for an extended period and know in advance, I will let you all know in the announcement section of our course in Canvas. However, my policy is that I will usually respond within 12 to 24 hours except on weekends. Each week I will provide grades or scores and comments on assignments within 4 to 6 days of when they were submitted. After I send feedback each week, you will receive notification through your email or in a classroom announcement that feedback has been sent. Check grades for your feedback scores. As your instructor for this course, my goal is to facilitate your learning, answer questions, and encourage your participation. I will respond in a timely manner and on a consistent basis. I will provide feedback in the Q&A section of each unit you may want to discuss. Student learning outcomes. Upon successful completion of the class, the student will be able to describe, graph, calculate, and analyze statistical quantities and concepts including data types, levels of measurement, sampling strategies, frequency distributions, parameters, and descriptive statistics. Determine the probability of an event. Use various distributions to estimate parameters for populations using samples, and formulate and test a hypothesis including ANOVA. Analyze and make predictions for paired data using the linear correlation coefficient, linear regression, standard error, prediction interval, explained variation, unexplained variation, and total variation. These outcomes will be assessed by questions on quizzes, projects, and final exam. Now here's the breakdown of your course for your grading. Your grade in this class will be determined as follows. Here's the grade component. You have assignments. Written assignments are 25% of your grade. The reading assignments and homework assignments are all combined together on MyLab. Then you have written assignments as well. You have 2 projects that are worth 15% of your grade. You have 7 total quizzes that are worth 40% of your grade. And the final exam parts 1 and 2 combined are worth 20% of your grade. And then below that you're going to see the grading scale. Now, all students are expected to log in and complete some work at least once a week. Each week without work is considered absent from 2 class meetings. A student who adds a class or registers after the first day of class is counted absent from all weeks missed. In the effort to promote student success, CMC has approved the implementation of an instructor-initiated drop policy. When a student has been absent from classes to such an extent that his or her success is at risk, the instructor has the option of dropping the student. If a student has missed 12.5%, 5 classes or 2.5 weeks of the semester without notifying the instructor with a satisfactory explanation, the student may be dropped by the instructor. Less than full participation in this course is extremely disruptive to the online learning model. So I reserve to drop you if 1. You do not complete the online orientation by earning 100% on the orientation assignment, and you will have as many attempts as you need. You fail to make any progress for 4 or more consecutive days, including weekends, and you fail to take the final exam parts 1 and 2 as scheduled in the class. Per the college's attendance policy, faculty has the right to develop a more stringent policy as well. Students who do not attend or participate in class by the deadline to drop for tuition refund may be deleted from the course. In this class, we function as a team, teaching and learning together in small groups that are reorganized from one module to the next. However, if you quit participating in this class, you should not assume that I would drop you. Should you choose to drop, ultimately it is your responsibility to officially withdraw. Materials. We will be using the data analysis package StatCrunch in this course. StatCrunch is an online data analysis tool and much more. StatCrunch is included in your subscription when you purchase the access code for MyLab. You will be able to access StatCrunch with your assignments. Homework, study tips, homework videos. Guided notebook. This is an activity manual located on Canvas that you can access, download, and print. This is a place where you can take notes on the information given in the lectures by filling in all the information from the videos and slides that you see in the notebook. This will be a valuable resource for you as you work through the online homework assignment for each section, as well as the quizzes and tests over the corresponding material. Please pay close attention to the homework videos located on Canvas. This will be helpful to you as you move along with your homework assignments. Course grading and information. This is an asynchronous course, which means you will complete your work or your coursework online and on your own schedule, but by the required deadline that's provided. This course is delivered through lecture videos I have created located in the modules on Canvas and an online course management system called MyLab. The assignments are graded automatically by the website and synced to Canvas. Registration for MyLab is required on the first day. Registration and video instructions are located on Canvas. There is an option of signing up for a 14-day temporary passcode. Each week that we are going to study has 3 parts described below. Part 1. Guided notebook lecture videos. You watch the lecture videos, read, fill in, and complete the guided notebook prior to the section homework. Make sure to begin each section by filling in the guided notebook while watching each lecture video. The course content is delivered to you via reading assignments, video presentation examples, also with video solutions and assessment questions. Part 2. Section homework. Upon completion of each guided notebook section, you should jump to the section's homework. Homework problems can be worked on until a correct answer is obtained. Part 3, quiz at the end of each week. Each week you have a quiz on the sections covered for that week. Passwords for the quizzes are in the outline module of each week located on Canvas. You have a maximum of 2 attempts for each quiz. My suggestion is to work on your first part of your quiz during the beginning of the week and then work towards the end of the week for your last attempt. Again, my lab will keep the higher score of the 2 attempts. A missed quiz will be recorded as a 0. The instructor has the right to adjust this policy under special circumstances. Please make note there are no extensions for quizzes and no exceptions. Quiz deadlines, those are all located on a tentative schedule located on below. Now all the assignments that are above are located on my lab and are due at the end of each week. Please review the late penalty policy further below in this syllabus. Written calculation questions, this is where you show your work. Each week you will be required to submit a written assignment. Most of your online homework assignments will be completed using StatCrunch. However, there will be basic questions to set you up for success and understanding of the material and push your learning forward through the semester. Therefore, the description of each written assignment is in the modules on Canvas. Projects. You are required to do 2 applied real-world data analysis projects. The first project is a data analysis comparison report where you collect, analyze, and compare 2 quantitative data sets. The final project will be to collect and analyze data and perform a research hypothesis test to answer an important question about the world around us. For both projects, you're required to use StatCrunch and use PowerPoint slides to explain your results and findings. See the tentative schedule for the due dates. Description of each project are in the modules on Canvas. Final exam. There will be a comprehensive final exam part 1 and 2. There are 2 parts to the mandatory final exam. To receive a grade in a course, you must complete both parts to the final exam. Final exam part 1 is a 5-question exam placed on Canvas as a downloadable file. Final exam part 2 will be located on my Stat Lab. Passwords for the quizzes and final exam are in the outline of each week located on Canvas. The final exam can replace your lowest quiz score using the following approach. It is my policy to replace a student's lowest quiz grade on the final exam at the end of the course. So for this reason, I do not give makeup quizzes. A missed quiz will be recorded as a 0 and then replaced accordingly at the end of the semester. Missing the final will also result in a 0 and I do not drop this grade. The instructor has the right to adjust this policy under special circumstances. Please make note there are no extensions for final exams, no exceptions. Due dates, late penalties, and technical difficulties. All written homework quizzes and review have the following late penalty policy. Students submitting work for course assignments after the due date are subject to a penalty of 5% of the points possible for the assignment per day, for each day passing after the due date. So for example, submissions posted after the due date within 24 hours of the date the assignment is due will be penalized, will be penalized 5% of the potential value of the assignment. Now, submissions posted between 24 and 48 hours after the due date may be penalized up to 10% and so on. Due dates will not be extended because of technical difficulties. The deadlines on these assignments are not extended and you must make plans to complete these. Due dates for online assignments are clearly stated in my lab in addition to the tentative schedule below. Students with disabilities access. Students with disabilities, whether physical learning or psychological, who may need academic support in the classroom, are encouraged to contact Access as soon as possible to ensure that appropriate accommodations and/or services are implemented. Further information about this program may be found on the Copper Mountain College website and in the Office of Student Services at the Access counter. So please make sure to visit the website and use the following link or phone number to contact that particular information. Military-friendly statement. Veterans and active duty military personnel with special circumstances, e.g. upcoming deployments, drill requirements, disabilities, are welcome and encouraged to communicate these in advance if possible to the instructor. Equal opportunity statement. Copper Mountain College is committed to equal employment opportunity for all persons and to provide educational and employment opportunities free from discrimination based on ethnic group identification, national origin, religion, age, veteran status, sex, race, color, ancestry, sexual orientation, or physical or mental favors, and other physical or verbal conduct or communication constituting sexual harassment. Disclaimer. Changes in curriculum, grading standards, and other requirements could change as necessary. It is the student's responsibility to know and understand all policies, procedures, and requirements for Copper Mountain College and this class. Any concerns should be directed to your instructor, the appropriate department chair, or college administrator in that order. Information in this syllabus is subject to change. Any important changes will be announced in class, and you will be provided with an updated syllabus. Now down below here, you're going to see the tentative schedule. The course schedule may change at the discretion of the instructor. However, students will be notified in writing when any changes, additions are made to the schedule. So here you can see here's week 1, and there's the dates for week 1. Here's the content that we're covering, and then over to the right, you're going to see what is due and what dates they are due. Now this course schedule is also on Canvas, so therefore you want to make sure that you have this handy so you know when those items are due. Below here, you want to read on your own time. This is the online classroom communication. This is the netiquette. So you want to make sure that you follow the 12 ground rules for online communication. So please make sure that you read through these. And then over here, the next one is statement on plagiarism and academic misconduct. Again, you want to make sure you read through this part on your syllabus to make sure that you're following these instructions. And then the last page is the topics that will be covered for the particular course that are in the textbook. And therefore, this concludes the description of this syllabus.